Hello and welcome back. Um, I've done a couple of videos now on Simply Static using this site, and this is the next one in that series. Somebody asked for details how we'd use GitHub to deliver to Cloudflare pages, and that video will go live in a day or so from this recording, and this one will be a day or so after that. And after I said that I'd do that, somebody asked about connecting to other GitHub related providers, i.e. Netlify. And I thought, given that it's pretty simple and it's not overly complicated, I would do a quick video on that to build on what we've already learned and add that to our learning so that we could use our Simply Static sites via GitHub using Netlify. And I thought I'd give you an oversight of the demo website. So it's still our yoga demo. If you've watched the other videos or you go and watch the other videos, it's still a yoga demo. In this case, this yoga demo is a starter theme from Kadence. There is nothing special about this template. I've done nothing to it with the exception of swapping out the inbuilt contact form on the Contact Us page with a Fluent form. And the reason I've done that is because of I want to have actual form delivery as part of, and the best way of doing that is with a Fluent form, as I use Fluent form generally, and to connect that via my flowmattic instance, which then delivers those items, which I have actually recorded a video on as well, so you can see how I've done all the back end of that, how I make these Fluent forms go to a third part website which I own that processes all of my web forms, and they automatically get delivered from the web form to my inbox based on the site they come from, and I go through how I've done it and what I've done. And actually, the software that I use, their Flowmattic, is on lifetime deal at the minute, as is the email delivery that I use, which is actually on AppSumo. I'll put a link for both below. Obviously, those deals will only be around for so long. I've got no influence over those, and yeah, so I thought I'd mention them because actually, since the last two videos have been released, Flowmattic has gone on to has offered a lifetime deal again, which it does occasionally. So while you're there, grab a license and then grab an equivalent on AppSumo or use your own transactional email service, and you've got a web form delivery system. So that's the basics of our site, and the only premium plugin that is running on this site for information is Simply Static Pro. I do have WP Codebox and ACF Pro installed, but they're not actually activated and they're not doing anything. It is a very, very basic site. So all I'm going to do now is I'm not going to go over the basics of connecting to GitHub. You can see that in the GitHub to Cloudflare pages video. I've done all of that. I've gone through all of that, and actually Patrick from Simply Static has also done videos on that. But I am going to make a couple of changes to my GitHub deploy settings from last time. It's going to use the same repo, but I'm just going to put it into a second folder, Yoga Demo 2. Reason for that is so that it doesn't interfere with our cloud page setup. I'm not constantly recycling and redoing that because we had that set to automatically clone that content and put it online for us. So I'm going to save these settings, and then I'm going to generate our static files. And this doesn't take long, so I'm going to generate our static files. Then I'm going to go to GitHub. I'll show you the folder, and then we'll talk through the initial Netlify stuff, which all I've done is signed up for. I haven't done any connections yet. So this is our current repo, and in a few seconds, I imagine this will all be committed to GitHub, ready for us to see as Yoga Demo 2. So for why that happens, I'm going to connect to GitHub. So I'm going to push GitHub, and GitHub's going to tell me that Netlify would like permission to get to my account. So I'm going to authorize Netlify, which is now done. Now, you can allow all repositories, only select repositories. In this case, I'm going to allow all repositories. There is only one in this demo account, and actually it's easier for me to do that. So I'm going to install that, and straight away it can find my repo. Now, if we go back over to our site, yep, we're all done, 45 seconds. It's all already on GitHub. So let's just refresh, and Yoga Demo 2 is there. just now as a commit, so we are good on that front. So static website is definitely the repo we want. Deploy static website to Netlify. Now you'll see here this is different to Cloudflare pages. We have to edit how we're doing this. So we want to edit our main. We want to use on our main. That's our main branch on GitHub. And in our case, we want to give it a build directory. And in our case, that's going to be Yoga Demo 2. And that should be all of what we need there. I am going to go over to Yoga Demo 2 and I'm going to modify our contact page. Now, you won't have to do this for much longer. I have spoken to Patrick from Simply Static and he has said that they will add this to their parser. But currently on Fluent Form sites, there's an extra line of Ajax JavaScript that needs to be removed because it gets in the way. Let me edit that rather than just touching it. So I need to like this line here where it says about variables just needs to be removed. Commit those changes. They are done, and that will stop 405 errors when we do. And I should now be able to deploy this demo to our Netlify. So we're deploying static web to Netlify. It will now start to deploy, and again, like Cloudflare pages, this usually doesn't take very long. When I've used Netlify in the past, it's been relatively quick. If it goes on for too long, I will pause and come back to you, but it really doesn't take very long. Get started. So that's saying that's a success. So let's go to Beautiful Cupcake and see what we get. We get our yoga demo, and it says Dog Yoga Studio. We did this in our last one where we went from hot to dog. I've got no idea what we're going to go to next, but let's do it. This become a cat yoga studio. Do these exist? So let's go to our homepage and change this to cat. So it's a cat yoga studio now, and that will be relevant in a minute when we want to just test and deploy. So we go back to our site. This is all done. You can set your custom domain here using your CNAME. That's all done from there. This is all up and done. So I think if we push a change, and we'll see how that build works when you make a change. So let's go back to our site. We've saved our cat yoga studio, Simply Static. I'm not going to make you wait and see this, so I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to generate the static for our site, re-update my contact form to remove that annoying Ajax line, and then we'll come back and see what Netlify does when we do that. Welcome back. I'm going to try and be quick here. We have just sent our new stuff to GitHub, and I'm sure it's already updating because it is like lightning fast. It is already updating. So I'm actually going to wait until that deploys again. And it's deployed and is published. And then I'm going to edit my form once more so that it's there and working. It's uploading and it's published. That's done. That's how quick it is. 55 seconds for Simply Static, 14 seconds here, under a minute or just over a minute, done. So I'm going to make this edit again to here. So cancel changes, edit the history of this, find this annoying line, which is here. We're going to delete that. We're going to commit those changes. And within seconds of us doing that, Netlify will know we've done it, which it already has, and it will redeploy for us. And this is the advantage of using the Git to publish your static sites. You can make your change, you can publish it, and it will handle it all for you. It will automatically deploy. You don't have to check it's deployed. You can see that it's deployed and that it's done and it's building, and it will take maybe another 3 or 4 seconds and it should be published. And that's it. It's on their edge servers. It's ready for us to use, ready for our clients to use. Our new cat yoga studio doing well. I don't know if this is going to work. Off screen, I'm going to open up another tab and I'm going to open my emails and I'm going to fill in this contact form. So let me open this up. I fill this in. Bob Smith, bob@bob.com. I don't know, cat yoga, and test. And remember, this is our Netlify site. I'm going to push my submit form. Your message was sent successfully, and all being well, over here within my emails, I will get a new email. And there it is. Bob Smith talking about his cat yoga. So that's a working static site using Simply Static, linking to a flowmattic instance to deliver our emails. That's a fully working static website with working web forms without using Netlify forms, which is, last time I checked, quite expensive. I don't know what it is now, if it's expensive as it was the first time I checked. But that we're leveraging our WordPress for building. So you can use your Bricks builder or your Kadence or your GeneratePress to build your site, lay out your site. You can use Simply Static to statify that site. Statify is probably not a correct word, but you can turn it static. Once it's static, you can also remove all of the reference to WordPress, upload it to your Git, and have it on a service like Netlify with no cost. There's I believe there's 100 gigabyte bandwidth limit per account on Netlify, so you've got to be careful of that. I prefer Cloudflare Pages for free the distribution, and overall I actually prefer bunny.net. A penny for the storage, a penny for the bandwidth, because ultimately I'm Europe based, UK only. I don't really want or need it to be distributed across the globe. I might replicate the storage if it's an important site and I don't have a copy of it, but equally you've seen how easy it is to keep a backup on GitHub. Switch between GitHub and Bunny, send it to Bunny, send it to GitHub. That's it, they're both there. You could just add your CNAME in Cloudflare, link it to your new Netlify site, and our site is launched. And basically, that is a very quick overview of using Simply Static to push your site to GitHub and host that site on Netlify. If there's a topic you would like to see us cover, if there's any more details you'd like to see in a video, maybe I was a bit quick on some of the details. I just don't want these to become repetitive, so you're looking at the same information, we're using the same site. And I promise if I produce any more on Simply Static, I will change it from a yoga studio. We'll find something else, a bakeries or something to do, or something that obviously has no e-commerce, but something attached. But yeah, please like and subscribe for more like this. And as I say, if you have a topic you'd like us to deep dive in, Simply Static, Flowmattic, WordPress, plugins in general, please let us know and I will see what we can do. Thank you.